When you make new text in Adobe Illustrator, it wants to be Myriad Pro. You may not want it to be. Oh, for whatever reason, you don't like Myriad Pro, you have a corporate standard font that you want to use, whatever reason, it doesn't matter. Thing is, it's remarkably tricky to change the default font. You need to access Illustrator's new document profiles. What are those? Those are the things you see when you make a new document. When you do File New, you get to choose, print or branding, art and illustration, film and video, and then there are these subsets of those. Well, we need to edit the ones that we use, and I'd like to use art and illustration and print, and I've already changed those, so I'll show you a different one. And you can also make your own documents that appear in this list. I have a couple in this one under art and illustration that I made and I placed in the right place. In the right place. What is that? Well, there's a folder called New Document Profiles that you need to access. Where is it? Well, are you on Windows or a Mac? Well, it differs. So here are the locations in each of those platforms. And on my Mac today, the specifics for me would be Adobe version 30, and my locale would be the US English version. And so you need to be able to access those folders. And on the Mac, that's a little tricky because the first place you have to go is the library folder, and that is invisible unless you know the secret. So if you are on a Mac, if you want to get to that library folder, you can head to the Finder's Go menu. You won't see it there unless you're holding down your Option key, and then the library appears. And then you can begin the journey to that folder. Now, I've already opened it, so I don't have to torture you with that. Here it is. Library, Application Support, Adobe Illustrator 30, English US, and finally, New Document Profiles. And on Windows, you saw the path. I don't have a Windows machine to show you, but you can follow that, I'm sure. And have a look inside. Here, what do we see? What do we see? We see two files that I made. And yes, that's the folder where you would add your own files that can then appear in the new document dialog box. And then we have all the ones that Adobe gives us. Now, I mentioned I already did the one for art and illustration and print, so no use showing you those. I'll pick one that I don't use as often, or at all really, but I'm going to open up this one called branding, and then we'll test it out. So here is that file called branding. I'll make that artboard bigger, not that I have to. Oof, that is so bright. Ugh, blinding. So here, I have opened up the Character Styles and Paragraph Styles panel. Those are the places where you have to do some work. Now, if you're an InDesign user, yeah, things aren't the same as they are there. I am so sorry. And that's why it took me a while to figure this out. But notice something. I've got the Type tool chosen over here, and I see Myriad Pro Regular. Yep, that is the default that we always are confronted with. But here's how we change it. I'm going to go to the normal, so-called character style. I'm going to give that a double click. Opens up the dialog, and it does tell me that the font used is Myriad Pro, etc. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to go to Basic Character Formats, change the font family to something I prefer, and I'm going to make that a light version. And this font has a little bit loose kerning, so I'm going to set the kerning to optical. Lettings auto, that's fine. I don't know what else. Character color, yeah, black's fine. I don't know what else I might want. And if there were some open type features like stylistic sets that I might choose, there are some, but I can pick them or not. I'll leave it as it is for now. So I've redefined this character style. And you think, okay, that's it, right? Well, I tried that. No, that is not it. I have to kind of tempt fate and make some text. So I'll make some text. It fills in with lorem ipsum, and it says it's Myriad Pro, but I see the plus sign, the telltale plus sign to the right of the character style, meaning that that text is overriding the style's definition. So I can go here to the panel menu and choose Clear Overrides, and now that is the font I chose. I didn't bother changing the size. I could have changed that too, I suppose. And now there's a plus sign next to the Paragraph Styles panel. This time I'm not going to clear the overrides because I like these overrides, Feynman, Sans, Light, etc. So I'm going to go to that panel menu for the paragraph style, and I'm going to choose to redefine the paragraph style. Now, no plus signs on either. That means they are both looking for this font. And that is what's going to guarantee me this being the default when I use this document, new document profile. Now I'm going to get rid of that text box. So I don't want a text box in every document I make with this little preset. So I will now save that and close it. And I have open here right now also one of the files I made that I populated into that folder just to show you that if, while you're at it, while you're editing one of those new document profiles, or if you want to make your own, you can put in whatever swatches you like and graphic styles and symbols and whatever else you think of that you might want to have as part of any new file you make. Anyway, so this is what one of mine looks like, an 8x8 with some translucency and all that. That's what I like to see when I'm just making logos and infographics and the like. I'm not going to do anything with that. And then the trick is to quit Illustrator and restart it, which I have just done. And now I'm going to go to File, New. I'll take a look at that branding page and pick, oh, I don't care, Add Large Rectangle. Whatever, I'll just leave it as pixels. Hit Create, and I'll go grab my Type tool. And what do you know? Feynman Sands Light. Yep, that's the right thing. I hope this was helpful. It is tricky. And it took me a while to figure out that the styles need to be edited in that particular way that you saw. All right, thanks for listening. If you need to learn more about Illustrator or any other Adobe software or DaVinci Resolve, look up Luminous Works. We're here to help.